What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of It's Clobberin Time! And this time around, what we got in the ring today is WWF Wrestlemania for the Sega Genesis. And so let's get into this. So Wrestlemania, the arcade game, as it's called, not to be confused with other Wrestlemania games, but this is the one that was based off the arcade game that everybody loved. It was the digitized graphics one that pretty much Acclaim was trying to do. Was it Acclaim? No, I think Acclaim was part of the whole Mortal Kombat thing. Yeah, they were trying to do it like Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. But yeah, digitized graphics, so the wrestlers are digitized in. They had to show up and all that stuff for the motion capture and all that. So let's get into the one-player mode. Has the player choose one of 8 wrestlers. You got Bret Hart, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, Bam Bam Bigelow, Yokozuna, Doink the Clown, and Lex Luger. Let's see. Ports were developed for Mega Drive / Genesis. Alright, Super Nintendo release. Does not have Bam Bam Bigelow or Yokozuna. This one does. When the maximum of 3 characters are on screen simultaneously, the game slows down. The Genesis version retains most of the voice and commentary samples from the arcade and allows for 4 wrestlers on screen, also with slowdown. The 32X release is similar to the standard Genesis version, but improved graphics and audio. However, the frame rate was reduced to 30 frames per second in the 32X port, compared to 60 frames per second in all other versions. Wow, the 32X just got shit on. And then there's a PlayStation and Saturn version of it, and those ones are somewhat better, they say, but it's just the load times and all that, so that will get you. So yeah, this game right here was pretty much a really weird one, because yes, it's a wrestling game where there's also button commands as if it's a fighting game. So you would have to do like certain button commands, and like Undertaker would throw like spirits and shit like that. And also one cool feature is when you're doing your combos with your punches, for instance, Razor Ramon, his whole arm will turn into a razor blade and like cut the person. There's no blood or anything, but yeah, essentially like that. Or the Undertaker will do his combo and he'll pull out a tombstone and smack you over the head. Now, in this arcade game, I don't know if it's just the arcade game or if it's in the ports, but Undertaker is the only one to have a fatality. They were planning on everybody having a fatality, but Undertaker's is the only one that actually got through, which is weird. But it's cool that Undertaker has a fatality because he's, the Undertaker. Pretty much what he does is summons up a coffin and throws you into it, and then that's the end of the match. He wins. Okay, let's get into this. Some features is single player modes, the Intercontinental Championship and WWF Championship modes, where you battle through so many people, and sometimes you'll be on 2-on-1 handicap matches, 3-on-1 handicap matches, and then you win you'll keep going until you verse the champion and win. And then you have burst modes for you and your buddies, and that's about it. So is this a good game? In the arcade, it is a good game. Sega Genesis, it was not bad on. Super Nintendo, I think it really lacks on the Super Nintendo, because I have played that version. So if you want to play the right version, I would go with the Genesis, because like I said, it does maintain a lot more of what the game was actually about. So I would go with the Sega Genesis port, unless you get a ROM and some emulators and play the arcade version. That's another way to go. But yeah, it is a good game. Fun as hell, for sure. Especially once you start learning the combos and stuff, to the point where you'll be punching, and then with Razor Ramon, he has one where he'll punch, and he'll grab the person and slam them down by their legs. He'll grab them by the legs and just fucking slam them on their back multiple times, and then you can combo into that and keep going. So yeah, it gets really crazy. Essentially, those are like brutalities. They're combos. Essentially, the brutalities where you would have to keep inputting all these button combos to get the brutalities. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, guys, this is a awesome game. I highly recommend playing it. Anyways, this has been an episode of It's Clobberin Time, and we're playing WWF Wrestlemania Retro. Out.